I don't know what I signed up for.
You signed up for 13.1 miles.
I don't want to. What it do, fitness family?
Hey guys, what's up? It's Tyrone and Kelly. This is Tyrone, and I'm Kelly.
How good and pleasant it is when God's people live together in unity. Psalms 133, verse 1.
I thought you had gone away from it and you were going to have to Google it. Hey, what was that verse about?
I don't know. It speaks volumes when you can, have friends, co-workers, family members that can, be on the same level as you. Not be on the same level as you, but communicate and fellowship with, and, what am I trying to say? Talk smack, but a certain level of
He says, I'm going to start it off with a verse today. I said, okay. And here we are.
Every now and then, just knowing that, someone who's not, for example, our neighbor that we bought the rental house at, he said, I'm spiritual, but I'm not religious. And to me, I knew exactly what he meant. I'm spiritual in the sense of I try just to be a good person. I worship, and I know that there is a God, but at the same time, in the details, that's where it's just hey, I'm not there yet. So having that, I don't know, that's not at all what this Bible verse talked about. How good and pleasant it is when God's people live together in unity. I don't know.
We are off to a good start here.
What does it mean to you?
So going off of what? What does mean to me?
What does that mean to you?
The random Bible verse you randomly pulled up on your phone and didn't tell me about until just right now.
Because it's
what was it again?
How good and pleasant it is when God's people live together in unity.
I feel like that's a pretty straightforward verse.
So what does it mean to you?
It's good and pleasant when God's people live in unity. I don't know. This wasn't an inspirational verse.
I don't know. I just thought maybe starting it out with a Bible verse or maybe a motivational quote. Maybe next time we'll try a motivational quote because the Bible verse doesn't seem to be working out.
There are motivational Bible verses.
Yeah, well, this was not.
Did you look at the verse before you read it?
Nope.
Literally, that was the first time you read it?
Yeah.
You didn't know it was going to say. What if it had been a terrible...
Then we would have been talking about whatever.
How can we relate that to this week's training?
Well, I would say... To me, we talked about God's people being together in unity, but in my mind, I thought of community and how people in this fitness community, we talk about the name Life Under Construction, so parents that are going through parenting woes understand that this is a community for you. Whether you want to drop in on the chat and talk about what you guys are going through, we can kind of open dialogue. So how it pertains to, it's just the community,
Yeah, I think that's one thing, if anything, of this YouTube channel is we want to build some kind of community, be able to interact with everybody and a safe space to talk about whatever.
Your feelings. Talk about your feelings. Open up. What did they say?
But yes. You're making fun of me, but yes.
I'm about to turn it to David Goggins real quick.
David Goggins?
Yeah.
Who's that?
It comes with profanity if I have to explain.
But you cussed a lot in the last video.
David Goggins is a former U.S. Marine who don't take no from nobody. Basically, the mentality that he brings is stop being about, doing the hard stuff. Stop being about getting the hard done. Sometimes you gotta do hard and you just gotta get it done.
That's true, but I feel we've lost the plot. So We're trying to build a form of community.
Yes.
And want you to feel welcome to talk about how this is hard. That's what she said.
Yep.
All right, moving on. That was a wonderful intro. Thank you.
Damn, 10 minutes later.
Yeah. How did this week's training go for you?
This was the first time, well, it's not the first time in my life, but the first time in the past 6, 7-ish years that I ran 5 miles straight. No stop, no slowing down. Drink your water as you or continue to run. Try not to choke. Look stupid. That literally happened to me. I picked up the water bottle, water splashed into my nose. I kind of coughed, I didn't have that much water in my mouth, and I got people on each side of me running on the treadmill. And I kind of spit it back out, and I was just that was tough. And that's essentially, I ran at a 11, 12-ish mile pace, and that's an hour of just straight running. I don't know what I signed up for.
You signed up for 13.1 miles.
I don't want to. Can I return it?
You can't. But you can go down to 5K. But we don't get our money back.
David Gaga says, "Don't be a though." How was it the week for you?
I had a moment where I was like, okay, here's what I'm just thinking. I'm already struggling to find time to run 30 minutes. I'm just thinking about when our long runs are 9, 10, 11 miles. And I'm how are we supposed to find time for that when it's really hard to find time just for 30 minutes? And for you going to the gym, and you were gone maybe 2 hours today, and I'm sitting at home okay, when are you coming home? I know that eventually I'll be able to go to the gym with you, so this won't be as big of an issue.
Yeah.
As far as
that'll be big.
Yeah, but right now, because our baby's not old enough to go to the gym, he's 2 months old, and so he can't. And then also I'm afraid of the flu and the RSV with the babies. Anyways, eventually I'll be able to go to the gym with you. I just got to thinking, when these long runs are 9, 10, 11 miles.
Today, though, the hard part for my workout today was, as you talk about weekly 9-mile runs. The last video we had created, we talked about, or I at least mentioned, I don't want to lose muscle mass. And so today, not only did I run an hour, I then worked out, and I didn't do heavy weights. I've lost my muscle mass. So I just started doing reps, and lightweight, high reps. That was painful because I knew it's surprising how painful
lightweight and high reps is. You would think because it's lightweight, it'd be you could do this forever, but you can't. It's it wears on you.
Yeah.
Speaking of lightweight, this week I couldn't find the weights, so I used cans.
Cans of corn.
Cans, yes. That was when our daughter was working out with me, and she was looking at me like I was crazy. Why are you? What? She's like, "Mommy, what are the cans for?" But it works if you don't have weights at home.
That's the truth. You don't remember that commercial? That's the truth.
No.
Anybody, drop in chat if you remember the commercial that was always just that's the truth. No matter what he said. Obviously it would be the truth, but that's the truth. She's white, I'm black. That's the truth.
When was this commercial?
It was after, I don't know, sometime between 2005 and 2015. I can't remember.
Whole 10 years. Okay. All right. Well, that narrowed it down for me. Thank you. Anywho, so I was working out with cans, and our daughter worked out with me, which was fun. She tried to work out with me today, today my workout was kind of painful. So I was please. She wanted to jump on her trampoline next to me while I was running. And the thing is, that would have been fine. But our daughter, if you know her, you know she's a chatterbox. Won't stop talking. And so if she would have just jumped on her trampoline while I was running, it would have been fine. But she was jumping on her trampoline asking me 5 million questions. Then you walked down and I gave you the eye, like, get this girl.
You gotta love her, though.
I love her to death, but she is a chatterbox, and it's not fun to try to answer questions while you're working out and out of breath.
I think the hardest part for me this week was pushing myself to run further than I did before. And when you run it at a slower pace so that you can actually make it the distance, unfortunately, it means you run for a longer period of time. Yeah. And so I think this was the first time that I ever actually paid attention to how long I was running, and it was literally 56 minutes or so.
I was gonna say, this is why I have obviously great respect for people that run really fast and can run like 4 or 5 minute miles and run a marathon. But the amount of respect I have for the last finisher of that race, because they just probably ran for 20 hours. Like, that's crazy. Like, that's mentally, endurance-wise, that's props to them. Hardest part for me this week was my hips are hurting. And it's exactly what I feared when I was pregnant, because I was like, I just hope this hip pain does not continue. Like, I thought maybe once I was not pregnant anymore, my hips would stop hurting, and they're not. And I think that this running is actually making it worse rather than better, because I thought maybe with running and stretching, it'll eventually just like, I don't know, like walking now, like just getting up and walking around, moving around the house is still painful. And I don't know why. Everybody told me after you give birth, it'll go away, and it did not. So some people, when I had really bad back pain in gymnastics, they would be like, work out your core because that will help. Yeah. And I'm like, I had like a 6-pack at that point. Like, I worked out my core.
You may have had a 6-pack and worked out your core, but like, because your baseline is so much higher, that means that you have to do that much more than a typical person. But in general, this statement still remains.
Yeah. I guess maybe I'll try adding more core into the workouts then. I'll figure it out. I'm just in pain, that's all. What does next week look like for you as far as schedule goes? Like, how are we going to fit in the training?
When we started this, I thought that I could get up at like 6 o'clock in the morning and go run or do a workout before everyone wakes up. And, that's what,
you tell yourself.
You tell yourself until it's like you really got to do it.
I think that what's worked for me is just waiting for the kids to go to sleep, because then it's just him, and either he can be in his swing if you're not here, or you can, tend to him. That's just how it's been for me. It's just I have to wait till the kids go to sleep, or work out with our daughter, because she's been, and you know what? It's kind of cute because she's been asking me to work out with her more now. Like, she asked me, Mommy, can we do more workouts together? And Mommy, let's do exercise. Let me show you. And then she comes up with some random exercise that I can't do. So she's super excited and has been, and that's like, that was the goal, like her seeing us work out and trying to like imitate us. I think that's it for this week. Thank you for watching. You wrap this up. You started it because you did why don't you wrap us up with a Bible verse off the top of your head?
Listen, guys, don't be a b****.
That is definitely not a Bible verse. Appreciate you guys watching. Next week, we'll be talking more about what we did this week, and we will also be talking about other things that are going to be super exciting, so you should probably watch. Make sure you like and subscribe. Comment below anything that you think was funny or anything interesting or any tips, tricks, anything. We actually read the comments that we get. We have 0 so far.
Did you actually know that baseball was the first sport ever created? It even says it in the Bible. It says in Genesis, in the beginning.
Oh my gosh. We're doing the dad jokes. Look at you.
Also, another one. Did you know that farmers who actually take care of chickens?
Wait, hold on. Start that over. What did you just say?
Did you know that farmers who take care of chickens are technically chicken tenders?
They are. And wait, do you want to say bye?
Bye.
And cut.